Video 11, Nature of the Self, Nature of the Realized Being. This is verse 17 of Devi Kalotharam. பூசை வணக்கம் புரிசபம் சிந்தனம் ஆசரிப்பது ஏதும் அங்கில்லை பேசுமது கேவலம் ஞேயம் என்று கேள் இனிக்கெஞ்சில் அண்மயமா அறிய வேண்டுவது இன்றாம். This verse talks about that you don't have to, says that you don't have to do anything at all to become that Brahman. If you do anything, you will go in the opposite direction of becoming Brahman or being Brahman. Because he says, Pusai Vanakkam Puri Sabam, doing puja, Namaskaram, doing Namaskaram, Pujai Vanakkam, Pusai Vanakkam Puri Sabam. Jabam is just with the rosary or whatever, with some garland or some beads. You do this japa. Pusai Vanakkam Puri Sabam Sindanam, thinking about it, or invoking gods, you can say that. Okay, Sindanam Asaripadi Edum Ingille. You don't have to do any of these things. Pesumadu Kevalam Nyayam Vendrikale. What the Shastra is talking about, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi, is pure consciousness or pure awareness, where there is absence of action. No mental action, no physical action. Can you stay like this right now? That is what is Brahman. Pesumadu Kevalam Nyayam Vendrikale. Inikkinjil Anmayama Ariya Venduvadu Indram. This is very important. Don't imagine even a little bit that you can know that Atma as separate from you. The way you know this camera, the wall, your room, your book, your cell phone, your spouse, your relatives, your family, the world, another country, star, sky, these are all apart from you, things apart from you. You don't have to, the way you look at them, you cannot look at Brahman, is the point. Because the mind is doing all this. The mind is experiencing all this. Brahman is what state? The subsidence of the mind into the source is Brahman. So, you cannot know Atman as something apart from you, because everything is Atman. Atma, there is not a single place in the universe where Atma is. Atma is not. It is everywhere. All pervasive. It includes everything. It makes everything function the way it does and still remains at the background. Not to be understood, not to be experienced through the mind. Through the mind, you can make the mind subside into its source. Understand this. Because mind is there to acquire knowledge of the external world. But Brahman is not something that is to be acquired the way we acquire knowledge on some external thing. It is at the background. It is the electricity which is making this fan of the universe go round. So we need to look at that electricity. What is behind all this universe? That is that stillness. So, very clear, through mind we are not going to attain Brahman. When the mind, through its effort, subsides, it dissolves, it becomes one with the source, that is Brahman. 19, Devi Kalotharam, verse 19. It says, Ulveli Keelmel Nadu Tikkor Siridumindriye Ullavuru Ellamai Oruvurum Yeladai Tandanake Vedyamai Tane Ilangidamal Punramam Undru Punar. One of the most important verses, I would say. Ulveli, this describes the nature of Brahman, nature of the self, nature of the realized being. Ulveli Keelmel Nadu Tikkor Siridumindriye. It doesn't have even a little bit the direction sense. Ulveli, inside, outside. Keelmel, down and up. Keelmel, Nadu, center or on the side. Tikkor Siridumindriye. No directions applies, no sense of direction applies to this Atma. Tikkor Siridumindriye. Not even a little bit of this direction business is there with Brahman. Ullavuru Ellamai. You look at all the material objects in the world, Atma is that material object of the universe. All the material objects of the universe. The entire universe is that. Ulla Uru Ellamai. It is all the forms. At the same time, Or Uruvum Iladai. It doesn't have itself a form. It is the basis for all the physical forms in the universe, but it itself doesn't have a form. This seems to be very contradictory, paradoxical. That is the truth. Because Atma is so powerful that it can stay as formless and with form. So, Ulla Uru Ellamai, Oru Uru Miladai, Thandanake Vedyamai, Thane Ilangidumal. Thandanake Vedyam. It is Swaprakasam. They say self-luminous, self-lustrous, self-revealing. It reveals the presence of everything in the universe. It is the revealer, but it is itself never revealed by some other light, some other instrument. The mind, the body, or the computer, nothing can reveal experientially Atma because it is self-revealing. Thandanake Vedyama. You can say it knows itself, it reveals the entire universe, but it remains still achalam, untouched by anything. That is your nature. We are not talking about somebody's nature. Your nature, my nature, inner nature. Where is it? Here itself. How far away? 1000 kilometers? No. It's here already. But do I experience myself as this vast, infinite existence, consciousness, bliss that pervades the entire universe? No. Because there is something standing in between you and your real nature, that is the ego. I thought. Here is where you should understand the importance of Sri Bhagavan's teachings. Ahande undayin anaitum undagum, ahande indrel indru anaitum. If ego is there, entire universe is there. Ego is not there, body universe is not there. This ego is everything, so he says seek the source, it will disappear. You don't have to give up the universe. If you do vicharam, atma vicharam, self-enquiry, and you reach out to the source of this ego, you would have already left everything. Because there only atma is left. The experience of Brahman is left. Nothing else is left. So, this is very, very important. This Atma will not come under the purview of directions. Here, up, down, center, side. No, nothing. And it is all the things in the universe, yet it is formless. It is all the form, but at the same time formless. That is the truth. If you accept it, yes. Not that you are trying to create a Brahman with this kind of quality. Shiva Bhagavan is only pointing to it. You just have to look at it, think about it, accept it and be it. That's all. Next, 21. Devi Kalotram. Yedu balam karmam illai subhavatil ஓதும் இவையாவும் உண்மையல வேத உலகமும் இல்லை உலகப்பட்டுள்ள லௌகிகன் தானும் இல்லை. This is a verse which is concordant to Gaudapadacharya's na nirodho na utpatti na baddha na cha sadhaka na mumukshu na vaimuktaha ityesha paramartata. This talks about the jnanam state, jnani's state. Yedu balam karmam illai subhavatil. With ego, karma is there. You create a cause, you will create an effect. You scold somebody, he will scold you back. You do good to others, others will do good to you. All this is applicable to the ego. But he says, with Brahman, with the self, yedu balam karmam illai. There is no action, there is no fruit of action. Yedu balam karmam illai subhavatil. In Anma, it is not there. Whatever people talk about in the opposite direction, it is all not true. He says, Veda ulagamum illai. This world of multiplicity which is apart from you is not there. This universe which seems to exist apart from the Atma, he says it is not there. It doesn't exist. Veda ulagamum illai, ulagappattulla laugigan danum illai. You say there is a person who is in bondage, who is bound to this samsara, worldly life. He says, there is nobody, no such person. He says, Bhagavan. This is what Sri Gaudapada also said. Na nirodho, nacha utpatti. There is no creation of the universe. There is no destruction of the universe. First of all, creation has to be there if destruction has to be there. Creation itself is not there, he says, in Jnani's experience. That's what we should understand. It is not some psychological state. It is Jnanam. It is truth. It is absence of Maya. It is disappearance of Maya. Maya itself is non-existent, but it appears to exist. So, there is no creation, there is no destruction, na nirodho, na cha utpatti, na baddha, na cha sadhaka. There is nobody is in bondage, nobody is doing sadhana practice, na baddha, na cha sadhaka, na mumukshu. There is nobody who who has intense desire for liberation. There is nobody. Na mumukshu, navai muktaha. There is nobody who is liberated. Wow, sounds very, controversial, preposterous. Nobody is seeking liberation, nobody is in bondage, nobody is in liberation. This is the ultimate truth, says Gaudapadacharya. See, this is no matter of wonder, because this is the truth. Let us accept it. Your truth is that, my truth is that. We are not going to create this truth. All that we have to do is give up this thinking that I am only the body. That's all. Sri Bhagavan says, I am this body, mind, and all else. What is that all else? How is it possible? Can this physical body be stretched like a rubber band to the size of the universe? No. So they are talking about something else being present within you and me. What is that? That is Brahman. That is formless? Formless. Why do we want to question it unnecessarily? Let us go there, find out. If somebody describes New York to be a beautiful place with this kind of restaurant, dance floor, etc., shopping malls, let us go and see. Then we'll confirm. We'll compare it with what he said. Same way, Guru is saying something from experience. Let us look at it with open-mindedness. Let us see how it goes.